Good evening, everybody. My name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, and welcome to my Flosstube channel. Today is Friday, October the 13th, 2023. Woo! Spooky! This is Flosstube number 53, I think. Pretty sure it's 53. Yeah, so if you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. This is a channel where I talk about my cross stitch. I do all kinds of different projects, big, small, everything in between. If you're returning to my channel, I would like to welcome you back. Thank you so much for watching and following me along in this crazy ass journey that I have been doing all year long. If you are new and you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I don't know what is wrong with you, but you need to go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and bell to be notified whenever I post a new video, which is about every 2 weeks, because I'm fun to watch. Okay, so I have a lot to share with everybody. I have had a lot of progress on a lot of things. I have a lot of goals that I have completed. If you have never seen me before, at the beginning of the year, I did a year-long whip parade where I set a goal for every project that I wanted to achieve. I had started the year with 139 whips, had a goal set for each one of them, not necessarily to finish them, but to get to a certain point or do a certain amount of stitches or to finish them or whatever. And I have been, there have been some times when I haven't really had a lot of stitching done, and there have been some times where I should like rename myself to Joe the Boxer or Sugar Ray Leonard or something, because I'm like knocking out goals left and right. And that's what I did this time. So I pick new projects to work on every 2 weeks. See if I can hit the goal of those projects. When I hit the goal, I put them aside and I don't see them again until next year. I had a happy hour at my friend's house, my coworker's house, earlier this evening, so I've had some beverages of the adult kind. So if I seem a little off tonight, that's why. So this is my board. Let's start with right here. I ended up picking 30 projects. Well, I didn't pick 30 projects. I had 7-year-long projects that I wanted to get to. And look at all that green. Look at all that green. What? So I have I keep getting ring light in the film. Oh my God. Ring light on the camera. There we go. I have 16 projects to show you. 11 goals completed and 2 finishes. 2 finishes, 16 projects, 11 goals completed, and 2 finishes. Oh my God. Oh my God. So much stuff. We have so much stuff to go over. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? The first thing I'm going to show you is from Pain-Free Crafts. This is a retired chart from Lars Stewart, so you can no longer get this from Pain-Free Crafts. I believe this is Tonight Iceland. I believe that Michelle over at Heaven and Earth Designs has a version of this under the name Lars Stewart. It's not called Day to Night North America. I have that pattern too from Pain-Free Crafts, but it's called something else. But she does have at least one of his Day to Night pieces charted. But this is Day to Night Iceland. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is one of my year-long projects. I had a goal set for the end of the year to be at 12%. I ain't going to hit that goal. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. But look how good this looks. I'm trying to keep the glare off of it. And I started in the upper left-hand corner up here. That's where I started. It was right up here. My goal is to get to 12%. I'm not going to hit 12%. The last time you saw this, I needed 23,160 stitches to complete the goal. I did 800. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. And I was parking, and then I decided that I am tired of the parking, so I have been working in the parked threads. I have done, since you have last seen it, I have done a total of almost said 8,000. I wish. 800 stitches. And that's where I'm at with it so far. So I still have to work in these parked threads here. But I've basically kind of like, I got a lot of this balloon filled in here, and I brought this down to this little point right here where the basket's gonna go underneath. But that's where I'm at with this so far. Look how good that looks. I freaking love this balloon. It looks so freaking good. I love it. Yeah, so I'll keep working in these park threads right here until they go away. And then I will basically kind of like start like filling in the gaps, the holes, if you will, to get that section done so I can move the Q snap. So that was one of them. I'm gonna see if I can show you the ones that I haven't completed before I show you the ones that I have completed. So that's that. So day Tonight Iceland, 23,160. I did 800, so I need 22,360 stitches to complete the goal, I believe. Next up. Yeah. Okay, next up is the Magic Potion Temperature Cell. I got this from Teeny Weeny X Stitch on Etsy. If I remember, I don't know if I will. If I remember, I will link them down below. And I'm trying to find, these are all my temperatures. Temperature cell. So this is a mock-up of what it could potentially look like. So each shelf is a month, and each bottle is a day of that month. My goal was to have this thing completed by the end of the year. That ain't gonna happen. But I'm still, we're gonna see where I end up at. I'm doing this on a 32 count opalescent linen in the color It's a Mystery from Bestitch Me Fabrics. No T, Fabrics. And this is where, I can't see. This is where I'm at with it so far. Oh man, I didn't put my light up high enough. There is a shadow from my phone. Oh well. Man, that's really bothering me. Should I fix it? I should probably fix it. I need you guys to talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Oh, I can show you my new shirt that I got. It says, I run on coffee, chaos, and cuss words. Okay, talk amongst yourselves for just a minute. But, you gonna stay up? Okay. Let's see if that works. Did that work? Yes, it did. Okay. So this January right here was already done. I did 600 stitches on it since the last time you saw it. And I did it all in February, which is this shelf right here. So I still have the thread hanging because I hit 600 and I was done for the night. So I just left the thread hanging right there. But yeah, I did the February shelf right here, and I did 600 stitches on it. So this is like a little over halfway through the month. Hang on. Where are my temperatures? Yeah, so up through the 18th is completely done except for the corks that go on the top of the bottle. Up through the 18th is done. So yeah, I should be in, if I would have kept up with this, I should have been done like down in October, like we are right now. But you know, it's whatever. I'm not stressing it anymore. That's where I'm at with it so far. January is completely done. February is almost done, and March has started. And we are currently in the 10th month of the year, and we are like halfway through it, and I am nowhere close to the 10th month of the year. That's okay, though. I ain't stressing it. So, I needed to complete the entire chart. I need... Where is it? Hang on. $23,986 stitches since the last time we saw it. I did 600, so I need 23,386 stitches. And this is compatible in Pattern Keeper if you are interested. If I remember, I will link everything down below that I can. Okay, next up. Okay, next up, I'm trying to do the ones that I worked on but didn't complete the goals before I do the ones that I did complete the goals on. Okay. Next up is from the Cross Stitch Studio, and this is Catching Rays. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. This is 1,200 stitches wide by 900 stitches tall. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is my million stitch project. It is a grand total of 1,080,000 stitches once it's completed. I know there are projects bigger than that, but this is the biggest project I have ever done. So, I'm doing the pages in a checkerboard. Excuse me, sorry. I'm doing the I'm doing the pages in a checkerboard. So I started with page 1. Oh, I have the page thing here. So those pages that have the X's in them are done, and I am currently working on this page right here. Once this page is done, I am going to move down to this page here. That will give me a little bit more freedom in which direction I move. So I am almost at a page finish. If I would have worked on this for a second day, I would have had a page finish, but I did not do that. I only worked on it for one day. So to complete my goal for the year, I wanted to, oh my God. Sorry. I wanted to put in, oh, you know what? I was sitting there trying to think of my goal, and I have it right here. I wanted to put in 30,000 stitches this year. I ain't nowhere close to that. I'm not even halfway there. I still needed 19,832. And I did 832, yeah. 19,832 stitches to complete my goal for the year. I did 800 since the last time you saw it, so I now need 19,032 stitches by the end of the year. I'm not pulling it out of the Q-snap. I'm just going to show you where I'm at so far. The next time that you see this, I will have had a page finish, and I will pull the Q-snap at that point, but I'm not going to right now. This is where I'm at with it so far. So 800 stitches. I'm close to a page finish. I've been going in from the bottom. Like I was doing color, I've been doing color completion on the page itself. But then it's gotten to a point where I go in from the bottom and I'm working from the bottom up regarding picking the color to work on next. And then I just finish that color off within the page. Look how good that horrible palm, I hate palm trees, but look how good that palm tree looks up here. Look at that. So it's part of the sky. So the next time you see this, I will have had a page finish on it. And at that point, I will go ahead and pull it out of the Q-Snap to show you the other pages as well. So. I'm having difficulty here getting it back in the back. We're just going to go the long way. There we go. I'll do that. Can I zip it? I don't know if I can zip it. I can. There we go. I'm thirsty. Should have grabbed a drink. Oh well. Okay, next up is another one of my year-long pieces, and this is Coffee Break. It's a kit by Design Works. Gracie! She's scratching at the screen. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me let her in because she's just going to keep plucking at the screen until she tears a hole in it. Hang on. Come inside, heifer. Pain in my ass. Okay. So sorry. All right. Oh, what is that? I'm sitting on my remote. Okay. So, Coffee Break. Kit from Design Works. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. My goal for this is to get 18,000 stitches on it by the end of the year. So, a couple weeks ago, like right after I filmed, like the week after. Sorry. I decided after all this time, hey, why don't I bring a project in to work and work on it between patients, or like in the morning before patients arrive, or because I work in a doctor's, like in a surgeon's office, or like once the patients are done and I've had like, you know, I've gotten all my charting done and stuff like that. So I did that with one other project, which I'll show you in a bit. And then I got my goal completed on it. So then I said, well, you know what? Let me bring another project into work. Of course, it had to be one that you didn't have, like, I didn't need a magnifier or anything like that. So I brought in Coffee Break. So, to complete my goal, I need 13,500 stitches. I've done 900 at work all week long since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've done 300 stitches a day on it at work, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you may say, gosh, Jen, what have you been doing besides cross-stitching at work? Well, you know what? One, I stitch really fast. Two, I get my shit done at work. So, because I type really fast. So my patients still get seen. I still get my work done that I actually get paid for. And then I also get, you know, my cross-stitching done that I need to get done. Now, Mr. Whiskers. Is he scratching at the window? Not yet. Okay. So I've done 900 stitches since the last time you saw this. I needed 13,500 stitches. So I am down to 12,400 stitches to complete by the end of the year. This is where I'm at. So I'm doing this block by block, completely doing all the back stitching, cross stitching, everything before I move to the next block. So I'm working on the frappe down in the bottom left-hand corner. And that's where I'm at with this so far. So I just need to finish the brown in the border here, right? And then I've done the back stitching along this inside border and this upper, and I've gotten down to here on the inside border, and then I've done the outside border all along the edge here and then to about here, right? So I got to finish that. I've done the word frappe. I've gotten the little wafer cookie thing cross-stitched completely. I started on the back stitching, and I'm still working on the beverage. And then I got to back stitch the beverage. And then that block will be done, and then I'll move on to a new one. But it's a really easy stitch. I enjoy these kits immensely. I like these ones that are broken up into the blocks like that, because every block that you complete, it feels like a mini finish. So I enjoy it a lot. And I think that the next block I do, I can either do the Irish coffee or the cafe au lait. I can do the cafe latte or the Turkish coffee down here, if I stay like side by side. Now Mr. Whiskers is scratching at the door. These cats, I swear to God, before I started the camera, they wanted to go outside. And I told them, I said, I'm about to film. Are you sure you want porch time? And they looked at me, meow, meow, meow. I opened the door, they both ran out. Now, I'm only 20 minutes in. Gracie's scratching at the screen. Mr. Whiskers is scratching at the window. They're both frickin' heifers. Both of them. Hang on. Come inside. Pain in my ass. Yeah. Talking to you. You're a pain. Okay. Next up. Day tonight. Catching rays. Coffee break. Okay. So those were all my year-long stitching projects that I had completed. And then everything else was the goals that I picked out of the basket. I have one more project to show you where I worked on the goal, but I had not completed the goal. And then the rest of them are goals that I have completed. Gracie, seriously. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is Rainbow Castle. And I got the max color version. I just have to find it on, I almost said iTunes. Pattern Keeper. Gracie, stop. You know, Mr. Whiskers, I would appreciate if you would not rub your face all over my giant board. And then move it all over the place because you're rubbing your face on it and you're very large. Okay, Rainbow Castle Max Colors from Heaven and Earth. God, I can't talk. Rainbow Castle Max Colors from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Ciro Marchetti, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I started in the upper left-hand corner because that's what I usually do. I'm trying to hold it at an angle so you can see it. So upper left-hand corner, my goal for the year, for some reason, I said I wanted to get it to 1%. I don't know why I said such a high percentage. I know 1% is like 1%, but when you're talking about over 400,000 stitches, 1% is a lot. So I wanted to get it to 1% by the end of the year. So to complete that goal, I needed, still since the last time you saw it, I needed 3,360 stitches. I have done 600 since the last time you saw it. So I still need what's 33 minus 6? 2,760 stitches. Okay. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count look on. That's where I'm at with it so far. So I was kind of like, I realized I was still within page 1, so I decided to go ahead and do what I'm doing with Catching Rays. And I was like, let me go ahead and start kind of color completing, not completely and totally color completing, but I started color completing within the page. So I'm still within the boundaries of page 1, right there. So I still need another 2,700 stitches to complete this goal. 2,760 stitches to complete this goal. All right, so that's gonna go there. All right, the rest of these are completed goals. How exciting. Okay, first up is another piece from Heaven and Earth Designs. Sorry, my allergies been acting up like crazy. And this is Cosmic Bowling from Amy Stewart, and this is regular size max color. Let me show you that's not what I wanted. Oh, real quick, on Rainbow Castle, I am now at 1,298 stitches completed out of 405,900. I'm at 0.32%. Okay. Cosmic Bowling from Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart, and this is regular size. Oh, it's regular size, regular color, 750 by 535, containing 89 colors. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Isn't that cool? I love it. Reminds me of my nephew's birthday parties. So my goal, I think this was my other 1% one, right? No, this was 0.5% to complete the goal. I wanted to get it to 0.5%. I needed about 800 stitches to complete it. I did 800 stitches on it, and I completed the goal. I am at 2,000 stitches completed out of 401,250 stitches, and I'm at 0.5% exactly. That's where I'm at with it so far. So like I said, it's 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. So it doesn't look like anything right now. I'm still kind of in the background, but the disco ball is going to be coming in like right around here, I think. And sorry, not sorry. I'm a little sleepy. So yeah, I'm gonna yawn. Okay, let's see. Blue. Yeah, so I think the disco ball is going to be coming in like right around here somewhere. And then down this way, like right here maybe. Right here maybe is going to be where the shoe rack and stuff on top of the shoe rack is going to be coming in. So not too much more to go. Not too much more to go. Mr. Whiskers, hello, my boy. But this goal is done, so it's going to go away until the end of the year. All right, next up. Save that one for later. Okay. Hey, Mr. Whiskers. Were you just staring at me, or did you want to come say hi? I'm moving the board out of his way so he can come say hi if he wants to. Hello, my boy. Okay, next up is from Glendon Place, and this is Poltergeist Pirates by Cheryl Granda. I'm not pulling this pattern out of the bag because I'm struggling with it. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm using the called for fabric, the called for floss, except for the silks. I have not gotten the silks. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the silks. I'm not positive. I got the bead pack though. I have glow in the dark thread. But I'm not sure if I'm going to get the silks for it. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Poltergeist Pirates. It's GP-277. However you say their project numbers. So this is on a 28 count Bang Casual Linen by Crosswind Collection. They dyed this specifically for the project. So you can get it on the Glen & Place website, or you can get it from Crosswind Collection themselves, or your local needlework shop. That's where I got mine. I was at my local, I go to Brick City Cross Stitch in Ocala. I only go a couple times a year because they're like 2 hours away from me. But when I do go, I spend a lot of money. And they had it stitched completely as a model stitch up on their wall. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. No, I saw the pattern and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I picked out some fabric and I was like, but I'm not going to do that. Picked out some fabric. I'm at the fabric counter getting my fabric cut. And I looked down and they had all this fabric in like the sleeves, right? And I was like, wow, that's really cool fabric. I like that fabric. And she said, yeah, it's for that piece right there. And she pointed up and I'll turn and look over my shoulder and it's the model stitch for Poltergeist Pirates. And I'm like, oh. And she was like, the pattern's up at the front. And she was trying to tell me where it was. I'm like, I already seen the pattern. And I wasn't going to get it. But after seeing the model stitch, I'm like, oh my God. So my 13-year-old has seen the model stitch and he absolutely loves it. And or not the model stitch. He saw what it was going to look like. He saw, I showed him this. And he thought it was really cool. And then he saw I was stitching on it. He was like, wow, this is really cool. I want that. So whenever I finish this, I have to give it to him. So my goal for this was to do 1,500 stitches by the end of the year. Last time you saw this, I needed 1,000 stitches on it to complete the goal. Gracie. Hello. Say hello, Gracie Lou. She's such a heifer. She's the typical, I only want attention on my own terms kind of cat. She's always rubbing on me. She sits on my lap sometimes. But you see her. She is fighting to get down, even though she just wanted attention. Hello, Gracie. Get out of here. Mr. Whiskers is just chilling out on the floor over there. He'll come over when he's ready. My Bowie. Come here. Okay. I love you too. All right, so anyway, I want to do 1,500 stitches on it total for the year. Last time you saw it, I still needed 1,000 stitches to complete the goal, and that is what I did. I have been back stitching as I complete all the surrounding stitches of a section. So this is a combination of full cross and back stitching, 1,000 stitches. So I got this sail done. I got this sail done here and I backstitched it like this mast and this sail here. And then I came down here and started doing this for here. And this is the start of the dragon head that's going to come up this way. So yeah, I like how it's turning out so far. And I did some of this railing here too. So yeah, that looks really cool. I like that a lot. It's going to look a lot better once I get more done. So, this is going to be so much fun crossing off the goals this time because I have so many done. All right, next up is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and artwork is by Sarah Marchetti, and this is Jukebox, regular size, max color. Let me show you what it's going to look like when it's done. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, right there. Doesn't it look cool? Let me try that again. Doesn't that look cool? I really like it a lot. So, to complete this goal, I wanted to get it to 0.5%, and I was guessing 765 stitches to get it to the 0.5%. I was actually a little bit over with my calculation because I did 754 stitches and I got it to 0.5%. So I met my goal. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on this looks like a 28 count easy count Lugana. And for all my perverted friends, it no longer looks like a chubby penis. It don't look like a whole lot of anything right now, but it definitely does not give that like dick pic vibe that so many people thought it was. So yeah, so like I said, I did 754 stitches and I got it to 0.5%. Yay! Bump, bump, bump. Another one bites the dust. All right. Whoopah! I haven't said that in a while. Whoopah! All right. Next up is from Stitching Jewels Design, and this is Gothic House. Probably should have waited until tomorrow morning when the vodka wore off, but that's okay. Okay, so Stitching Jewels Design, this is Gothic House. It is, how big is it? Jules? Where's the measurements? I'm at the end. Where's the measurements? I'm looking to see what the size is. Oh, my sweet Jesus. Is it at the very beginning? No. Where is it? I feel like it's 250 by 250. I was totally wrong. I just saw it. It's 330 by 330. Wow. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. I don't know why I just did what I did. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. Boom. Right there. Look how cool that looks, right? I wanted to get this project to 10% by the end of the year. I'm doing this on either a 25 or a 28 count vintage Stormy Night by Zweigart. I want to say it's a 25 count because I'm looking at it without my magnifier and I can see the holes pretty good. So I am 90% certain that it's a 25 count, but I could be mistaken. It could be a 28 count. Anyway, either way, no matter what the count is, I'm doing this 1/1 full cross. So I did 626 stitches and I am currently at 10.02%. So let me fold this fabric up so I can hold it up. Whoopah! Whoopah! Anyway, so that's where I'm at. I work mostly like kind of, where did I work at? Kind of along this side over here. That's where I mostly worked at. Was up here and like right over here. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I have a few more of her designs that I'm going to be starting next year, and I really like the ones that I have so far. So I'm looking forward to starting these other ones next year. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. So last night I went to bed like really early at like 11:30 p.m. Which I know some of you is like, that's not early, that's actually super late. That went to the wrong spot. But I normally go to bed between midnight and 1 a.m. So 11:30 p.m. is really early for me. I'm actually more tired today than I was when I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyway. So that's part of why I keep, oh my God. I think it's because I talk about it too. I'm sorry. I think it's because I talk about it too. Because yawning is contagious. Because you see somebody yawn and you think your body thinks, oh, I'm low in oxygen. I need to yawn too. So you yawn so you can take in a big gulp of the oxygen to make yourself wake up and feel better. All right, next up is from Charting Creations. And this is Apple Pie Harvest. Artwork is by Janet Kruskamp. This is, it's got 90 colors and it's 475 by 356. And this is what it's going to look like when it is done. Like that. I did an upper left-hand corner start, so up here. So up here, and my goal for the year was to complete page 1, which is right about there, thereabouts. So my goal was to complete page 1, and whoopah! I did it. Look at that. Look how cool that is. I'm doing this 1/1 on a 32 count, easy count Lugana. Full cross. Look how fucking good that looks. I love it. This was one of the first Charting Creations pieces that I started, and I know that I started that one that has the Santa with the grayscale background, but this is like the first like solid, like I'm doing a full page to see what it looks like, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I think it looks really good. So I will be excited to pull this out next year. All right. All right, next up is from the Cross Stitch Studio. This is a smaller piece. I use that term loosely. Smaller piece from Cross Stitch Studio, and it's called Trucks and Goldens, and this is a snippet of a larger piece. And I cannot get my tablet to work correctly. Hang on. There we go. Artwork is by Greg Giordano. It's 175 by 175, has 88 colors. That's what it's gonna look like when it's done. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. Like I said, it's a crop of it. It's like a little snippet of a larger piece. And my goal for this was to get this to 10%. Yes. I needed about 1,226 stitches to get that goal done. I did 1,230 stitches and I got the goal complete. I am working this on a 14 count Aida 2/1 full cross. So all my full coverages, except for like 2, I start in the upper left-hand corner. Those 2 that I started in the middle for some reason. But this is the upper left-hand corner start. And this is the dog's head right here, one of the dog's heads right here. So that'll start coming in once I get back to it next year. But I am at 10% complete so far. So this is a total of, I don't know. This is a really small one compared to some of my other ones. It's only 30,625 stitches. Compared to some of the other pieces I've done, that ain't nothing. That ain't hardly nothing at all. Gracie Lou, what are you doing? Mr. Whiskers, they look like they're like about to quarrel. They both look pissy and they're sitting near each other. So I feel like they're about to fight, but I don't know. I've been wrong before. I could be wrong. So anyway, Trucks and Goldens. Goal completed. Going away till next year. Next up. I told y'all I have a lot to show. We're 45 minutes in. I'm not even done with my whips yet. Isn't this crazy? What is this? Oh yeah. So this is from Stitch Rovia, and this is called, I don't know. What is it called? Single Step. So this is Single Step, and it says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And that's what it's going to look like when it's done. So my goal was to complete the green lines that were over and under the word begins, the clouds, and the boat, and the water. That's what I said I wanted to do. I did 350 stitches on it, and I completed the goal. So this is being stitched on a, I feel like this might be an 18 count white opalescent Aida. That's where I'm at with it so far. Got my goal done. Woohoo! Isn't that cute? I love Stitch Rovia patterns. They're a lot of fun to stitch. I feel like my light is falling because I have the shadow right here. I don't know. Maybe if I just hold it back here. I was trying to give you a close-up of it. See the sparkle in the fabric? And then, yeah, my excellent stitching. Okay. So that goal's done. Yay. All right. Next up is the Stitch Along from Stitch from 2020. This is called House. You would think, knowing that I completed the goal, and that the next time I pulled this out would be to literally show it to Flosstube people, that I would have the cover photo sitting on top of all the papers instead of being mixed in with everything else. You would think I would have done that, right? Did I do that? No. Here we go. Now I'm ready. Okay, Stitch Alone 2020 House from the TV show House. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I came up with the bright idea of doing 4 of these in one piece of fabric, like an Andy Warhol painting. So I'm doing a blend of, like, I'm doing 4 different color palettes. Orange, pink, greens, and purples. Not all mixed together. Like, one of those in orange, one in pink, one in green, and one in purple. And so my goal for the year was to get pattern 2 completed in all 4 color schemes. And that is what I did. So that is where I'm at with this so far. So he went from being Mr. Transformer to Mr. Moustache in all 4 pieces. Because he looks like he's got the handlebar mustache going on. Excuse me, I must ask you a question. So pattern 2 is complete in all 4 pieces. Ideally, if I counted this correctly, the corner of the borders of all 4 will meet right in the middle. Hopefully, if I counted it right. But, you know, you saw me counting on my fingers to subtract 33 and 33,000 and 6,000. You saw me counting on my fingers for that, so who knows if I counted this correctly. Because I can't even do basic, like, 2nd grade subtraction. Okay. All right. Next is from Modern Folk Embroidery. This is the 2021, I almost said 2020 along. 2021. Is that right? 20. Okay, hold on. Let me start this over. Modern Folk Embroidery, Fruits of Plenty, 2021 stitch along. There we go. Wow. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's been floating all over Facebook, so this is not anything new by any stretch of the imagination. I'm doing this on a fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics. This was her 2022, 2022 from October fabric of the month, and this was Pumpkin Spice. It's a fat half of the 20 count Ada. I can never get the color to show up correctly on camera. It's actually a much more vibrant or deeper orange than what you can see on screen. But I'm doing 3 different colors. I have them written down. I was trying to see if I can just remember them, but I can't. Hang on. I'm doing 3 different colors to kind of go with the autumn theme of the pumpkin spice. And I'm doing orange, green, and brown. The brown is 838. The green is 946. No, the green. Okay, hold on. Let me start over. The brown is 838. The orange is 946. And the green is 3345. That's what it is. And my goal was to do 1,000 stitches on it by the end of the year. The last time you saw it, I only needed 500 stitches to complete the goal. And whoopah! I did. So I'm doing mostly brown and green, like what the original pattern called for. Because the original pattern only calls for 2 colors. But what I'm doing is I'm throwing in the green, scattered. Like I threw the green up in the corner here. And then in the fruit bowl here, it's got leaves coming out. And so I'm doing those kind of leaves and branches or vines or whatever they're called. I'm doing those in green. But otherwise, I'm going to do this in orange and brown. Because I felt it went really good with the... Oh, this is kind of a better shade of the pumpkin spice fabric. When you get close, you see how much of a difference that makes? This is a better representation. But even still, it's hard to describe. It looks a lot different in person than it does on camera. So even if you don't like it, I don't give a rat's ass because it's not your project. I like it. I don't care what you think. I mean, I care what you think. Just not about that because I like it. Okay, I'm going to set that aside because I still have another project in there that is waiting to be completed. So, all right, what's next? My finishes. Okay, so my 2 finishes that I've had done in the past 2 weeks. I don't know what's wrong with me. 2 finishes? 2 finishes. Not just 1, but 2. Holy cow. All right, so the first finish I'm going to show you is from the Just Cross Stitch magazine from 2020. This is the Butterflies and Bees sampler. And this is, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. The design was done by Julia Lucas of Julia Lucas Designs. Every one of these squares has some type of specialty stitch in it. So like a satin stitch, open herringbone, queen stitch, what else? Satin stitch, open herringbone. I don't remember all of them. This was, whoopsies. I liked doing this one here because it was just like you were just stitching open squares. There was rice stitches and the, Lazy Daisies, and there was the Algerian eyelets and the, I don't remember all of them because it was spread throughout the magazine. But anyway, my goal for the year was to complete it. I only had 3 squares to complete to finish the goal, and I did it. I'm so excited. I really enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun with the specialty stitches. I quite enjoyed them a lot more than I thought I was going to. So look at that. So I'll give you a little bit of a close-up here. I really enjoyed this a lot. So yeah, there's my finish. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. My mom said she could do a few different things with it. She could make it into a pillow. We could do it as a wall hanging. We could make it into a bag like she did with hers that she stitched when it came out. But yeah, we're going to admire this for just another minute with all my folds and wrinkles. But yeah, that's my finish. I'm super happy with it. I quite enjoyed it. And just very, very slightly regretting the fact that I bought the Northern Expressions band samplers with the regular cross stitch instead of the specialty stitches, because I quite enjoyed this right here. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad I just got the regular cross stitches, because I think I would probably get kind of like this, where I'm like, I put it down for many years because I don't want to do the specialty stitches. But yeah, so I just kind of doing that sampler, like I didn't really do specialty stitches. I knew how to do a lazy daisy. Like I kind of knew how to do most of those stitches just based on other projects I've done throughout the years. But I never really thought about doing them, if that makes any sense. And so it's not going to deter me from doing a pattern just because it calls for like an open herringbone, for example. I'm not going to be like, oh, open herringbone, I don't know how to do that. Like, I can do it as long as I have instructions. Okay, my last project that I'm going to show you. I cannot tell you how much I fucking hated finishing this goal. I did. I'm so glad it's done. And I really like the piece. All I had left to do was the back stitching on it. And I hated every second of it. But I got it done. This is a Dimensions Gold Collection Petite Christmas on the Beach. I don't have a mock-up of what it's supposed to look like because I lost the cover photo of the kit. But you don't need it because it's a finish. Oh my sweet Jesus, it is finally done. I hated every freaking second of this backstitching mayhem. So what I decided to do was I was like, you know what? I'm not going to count it for any of my Facebook games. I'm just going to bring it to work and stitch on it. And it's going to be a little blurry because I'm trying to hold it up close so you can see it. But I said, I'm just going to bring it to work and I'm going to stitch on it when I can at work. Like between patients, before patients, when I'm done with my charting at the end of the day, before I can leave or whatever, right? And that's what I did. I probably spent a total of like maybe 6 or 7 hours backstitching. That's it. That's all it took. I sat on this thing for 3 years. I started in 2019. I probably finished it maybe in 2021. The cross stitching. Then I sat on it for like 2 years before I finally said, okay, I'm gonna do the back stitching this year. I got it done, mofos. What? I cannot tell you how happy I am that I got this done. So I just want to get like a little like photo frame for it. One more time. Because I'm so glad I got this piece done. It is such a relief. I don't have to hear you guys come at me no more for this project here. Glory of Autumn, yes, I still need to do that one. But at least this one is done and out of the way. I don't have to hear it no more. Now I'm probably going to hear, when you going to fully finish it? When I feel like it. Fling that choker across the room. Okay, so Time for the big board. With my Blue's Clues marker. Okay. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Whoopsies. Wonder who it's from. Okay. I have a lot to mark off. Yeah, boy. I need to get these in different colors for next year. I love these markers. Okay, so let's start at the top of my list over here. We're going to do, and a few people suggested that I mark off up here, like where I hit 75. I already did the math, and we will mark off when I get to a certain point of my counting. I'm going to count through from the beginning one more time. Alara. Maybe I'll count individually. Alara. Maybe I'll count from here instead of my tally marks. Alara. She was giving me a hard time about counting every single video. Like 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so Cosmic Bowling. Way down here at the very bottom. Can you see that? Sort of. Cosmic Bowling. Whoopsies. I'm going to start marking through compass. All right, you're not going to see this one because I can't have that leaned up while I'm doing that. Christmas on the Beach. We are going to mark through this mofo, and we are going to put an asterisk by it because that's a finish. Next up is Trucks and Goldens, which is over here. And then Jukebox. Okay, this pillow is like in my way. Okay, Jukebox. All right, next up is House, which is up here. And then, my board almost started attacking me. Oh. Do you see that? It was like coming forward on top of me. Okay, next up. Single step. Over here. Okay, next up, Fruits of Plenty. Right here. Whoopsies. I'm like kind of going off on an angle here trying to get these things marked off. Gothic House, which is right here. And then Butterfly and Bee Sow, which is over here. And we're going to put an asterisk by this because it was a finish. Then Apple Pie Harvest up here. And then Poltergeist Pirates, which is way down here. Okay, so let's count up my finishes for the year real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 finishes so far this year. Okay, let's bring my board down. I completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 goals. Where am I at? Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Five, This is a big moment, so you better be paying attention. I already know what the answer is because I looked ahead. I cheated. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Bitches, 100 right here. That is wild. 100 goals completed out of 139. I mean, I ain't going to complete the 39 goals because they're huge. But we're going to put a big circle right there because that means 100. Isn't that crazy? 100 goals completed out of 139 goals. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. Now I gotta fix my seating arrangement. Put my back support back in. Okay. All right. 100 goals done. Isn't that crazy? Okay. So what I think I'm gonna do this time, we're going to change it up a little bit. So what I did earlier was I went through and I pulled my year-long goals out of like because I've been keeping them in the completed bucket because they're out all year long. But I think I'm at the point now where I'm going to just pull out. We're going to start with 10. I'm going to see if I can stick to the 10. I might pull out 15. I only have 39 projects to pick from now. That's it. 39 to pick from. Considering at the beginning of the year, I had 139 to pick from. I only have 39 to pick from. So I took the 7-year-long projects that I had and I put them back in the basket for them to be picked like a regular project. I'm going to, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with I think maybe this time I'm going to start with 15 projects, right? And then next video, I'm going to cut it down by like 2. So next video I'll do like 13 projects. But the idea is that the less and less projects I pick, the more I'm going to have to work on them. So I will get more progress by because if I say it gets to the point where I only pick 5 projects, well, I'm going to have to work on at least one, at least twice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just going to be something where I can just ignore it like I did with some of these projects this time. I'm going to have to work on, I will end up working on everything at least one time. A lot of it I'll work on at least 2 times between videos. So, I have all of my projects in the basket that are remaining. And we're going to pick 15. If I showed you the project just a little bit ago, I'm not going to show it again. But if I have not shown you recently, I'll go ahead and pull it out. Which means I need to move these over here. Actually, I'll move them down here. We'll do this. Did I bump you? I feel like I did. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. This pile to pick from is getting smaller and smaller. Okay, first up is walking to town. I should get this goal done just so I don't have to look at it again. Walking to town, and this is Dimensions kit. I pulled this out the last time that I picked projects, but I did not work on it the last time. My goal is to do a total of 1,000 stitches this month, and I still need 750 stitches to complete the goal. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's an old dimensions kit, copyright 1999, designed by Fred Swan. And this is my starting point on it. That's my starting point. So I still need 750 stitches to complete this goal. We'll see. I don't know where I'm going to start working on it. We'll see, and we'll see if I can go ahead and just knock that one out of the park. I'm also going to be keeping an eye out for a new work project, since I went ahead and put my year-long projects back in the basket. So this could be potentially be a work project where I just work on it while I'm at work, and that could actually solve my problem of needing to find I don't know what I was going to say. I might take that one to work on it. We'll see what else I pull out of the basket here. Magnificent Wizard. This could potentially be another work project. Magnificent Wizard. This is another old dimensions kit. My goal for this was to do, I believe, 1,000 stitches on it. Oh, I have my list right here. I don't know why I'm not looking at it. Sorry. 1,000 stitches on it. Last time you guys saw this, I still need to do 600. So 600 more stitches on this one, and the goal will be complete. This is another old dimensions kit that I had. Art is designed by Don Mates, and it is copyright. It's a Dimensions Gold Collection, copyright 2002. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. I may actually come down and maybe work on the wizard. I was working on the dragon, and the dragon was kind of getting on my nerves, and I think that was part of the reason why I stopped. I'm doing this whatever came in the kit, and that's where I'm at with it so far. So I might come down and start working on the wizard to get out of the dragon's head. Because I wanted to do 1,000 stitches on the dragon himself, but I was getting irritated with him, so I might do the wizard instead, just to push through and get this goal done. Okay. Next up, Haunted Library Style. I pulled this last time, but I didn't work on it. So I'll show you real quick what it's going to look like. Is this it? Yeah. This is from Lola Crow Cross Stitch on Etsy. This was the style that she put out last year. The Greenhouse of Oddities was earlier this year, and now I just saw one of my friends post in one of our messenger groups. She's going to have a some kind of spooky Christmas ornament style that she's going to do this year. I want to see how the ornaments start coming out, and I may get that one too, because I want to get the Greenhouse of Oddities as well. So this is the Haunted Library style from last year, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. My goal for this was to complete the prologue, which was the staircase right here. So I have not worked on this at all since the last time that I actually showed it as this is what I've done. I'm doing this on, I think, an 18 count Vintage Country Mocha. And this is my starting point on it. And like I said, I want to get the whole staircase done because I want to complete the prologue before the end of the year. So that's my starting point. I want to say that she does have a Pattern Keeper friendly version of the chart, but I'm doing it off of paper, and it is a really easy to read chart. Like, I'm enjoying it. So okay. Next up is White Tiger Ghost. I feel like I had pulled this one before too. It's going to get like this where I'm just going to keep pulling the same projects over and over again because I'm running out of projects to work on. I've only got 39 to pick from. So White Tiger Ghost, this is from the Cross Stitch Studio. And artwork is by somebody. I feel like I want to say in my heart of hearts, I want to say Jeremy Paul. Here it is. Hang on. Oh my God. White Tiger Ghost. Artwork. I was right. Jeremy Paul. This is a crop of a larger piece. It's 300 by 300, 59 colors in it. I hate when it does that. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. Look at the kitty, kitty. Boop. I'm doing this on a 14 count ivory Aida. 2 threads, full cross. And I am... Oh, my sweet Jesus. I am doing this parking. And this is one of the few projects I'm going to keep in parking. I go through spurts where I love parking and I start parking all of my threads. And then I get tired of the parking and I'm like, screw this. And I start working all my park threads in, as you saw on Tonight Iceland. I am going to keep parking on this one because of the stripes in the tiger. I am worried about getting them incorrect and then royally messing it up because he's a white tiger with black stripes. So this is my starting point, and I want to get this to, I have it on my board here, 5%. I still need 2,000 stitches to get him to 5%. I am currently at 2.78%. He is a total of 90,000 stitches, and I have 2,500 done on him so far. Okay. Next up. Snowy Delight. Have I not finished this one? I guess not. Snowy Delight. Nope, I haven't. It's right here. Okay. This is from Paint Free Crafts. Artwork is by Kaplan Door. My goal is to complete page 1, I think. Oh my God. Stop. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I want to say I need to complete page 1. Yeah, page 1. So, up here. I was estimating that it was going to be about 3,500 stitches. I think I'm going to have this done in about 400 stitches. I was estimating 3,500 to complete the page. I've done 3,100 so far. So I feel like the next time I work on this, the goal will be complete. There's my starting point. Looks like a little bit of a mess right now, but as this gets filled in a bit more, you're going to see more definition in the tree, and it'll look a lot better. But I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. So, Mr. Whiskers, you still haven't come over and said hello, my boy. All right. One second, trying to get, some of these are like kind of stuck on the sides. I'm trying to get them to all join the party so that they have an equal opportunity chance of being picked. Okay, next up. believe I called this one before as well. Whoopsies. Didn't I call? I did. This is from Stitchrobia, and my goal is to get this piece completed. Here it is. This was part of a 3-pattern set called Joy, Hope, and Love. So this piece right here is the one I pulled, Hope. And like I said, my goal is to get it completed by the end of the year. And this is my starting point right there. I think I might be, I'd say maybe 40% of the way done. It shouldn't take me too long though, because it's a lot of block stitching, like block colors. So yeah, it's pretty easy to stitch on. I enjoy it anyway. Oh my God. All right, so what are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, number 7. Oh, I should have just kept the bag out. You can't see it. Joy. So, where'd it go? Oh my God, where did it go? There it is. Okay, so the other one, Joy. My goal also on that one is to finish it by the end of the year. This one is a little bit more of a pain in the ass though because of all the confetti. I'm doing this on a black Aida, 14 count black Aida. Oh, Hope I'm doing on a 28 count white Monaco 2/2. I didn't tell you that before. Joy I'm doing on a 14 count Aida in black. That's my starting point. So I still have like more up here that I need to do and a little bit more like here and then like all this over here and this will be done. But it's a lot of confetti. I gotta finish like in here. It's a lot of confetti. A lot. Like that confetti is no joke. Because it's fireworks. So, all right. Number 8. Christmas shops. Christmas shops. Where are you? Here you are. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork. Is this one by Betsy? No. You know, before I say the wrong name, let me just find it on Pattern Keeper. I think the last time I tried saying the artist's name and I totally got it wrong. I want to say Betsy Brown, but I'm probably wrong. Oh no, I was right. Betsy Brown. This one is 900 by 700, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Isn't that pretty? I'm excited. It's like a Christmas theme, but not like all bright and colorful like it usually is. So Christmas shops. My goal is to get it to 0.5%. I needed, at the beginning of the year, I needed 2,650 stitches, and I have done a total of 1,000 stitches, so I still need 1,650 stitches to complete this goal. And this is my starting point. I am doing this 1/1 full cross on a, I believe this is a 32 count easy count Lugana. So that's my starting point on that. Okay. Oh no, I dropped it. Oh, there it is. All right. Oh, here we go. Best friends quotes. This is one of my year-long projects that I had a very large goal in mind for it to shoot towards. My goal for the Friends Quotes piece, this is a retired chart from Stitch Area on Etsy, and my goal was to do 12,000 stitches by the end of the year. I need a total of 3,800 stitches to complete this goal. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's quotes from the TV show Friends. I'm not going to read them all to you, but this is my starting point. So I still need 3,800 stitches to complete the goal. I don't think it's going to bring it to a finish, but it's going to be close. So I think that if this is not a finish, it will be a finish next year. That will be one of my pieces that I want to finish. We'll talk about that in my plans for next year, my 2024 plans. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about those for just a few minutes after I pick my goals here. I think this is number 11. I keep picking these pieces I don't want to work on. I feel like I should stop. Aurora Cabin. This is another Dimensions kit. My goal is to do 1,000 stitches. I ain't done a single damn stitch on it this year. It's a pretty piece. I actually literally just saw a post on, I think like Cross Stitch Unlimited or something earlier tonight of someone who had it done and framed. It's a gorgeous piece. This one right here, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I just don't feel like working on it. But my goal is to do 1,000 stitches on it by the end of the year. This is my starting point. Now I'm gonna do 1,000 stitches kind of over on this side. So there we go. I've had this piece in my thing since when? I don't even know. That's how old it is. It doesn't even have a year. This was before copyright. I'm just kidding. It was before copyright even happened. I don't know. Oh, 2011. There it is. This is older than my kid. One of my kids, anyway. All right. Let me do a quick count. I think I'm at 11, but I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why did I think I was at 11? Hang on. Oh, wait, there's 2 in one bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I still thought I was at 11, though. Okay, now we're at 11. This is why you double check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay, so this is number 11. Christmas Penguin. Another Dimensions kit. This one's a small one though. My goal for this, here it is. My goal for this is to finish it by the end of the year. And this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. I'm not going to do the French knots in it. My little penguin is going to be delivering mail without a snowstorm over him. That's my starting point. I think I might be almost 50% done if I'm not already 50% done. But yeah, I'm getting close. So that's my starting point for him. Okay. Harry Potter Stitch Your Own Adventure, mine. I pulled these projects out so many times this year. I ain't worked on a damn one of them. And maybe this time I will. So Stuart Cunningham from Cunning Cross Stitch Design, just very briefly, I'm going to go over this, put out a Stitch Your Own Adventure where it's like a choose your own adventure book where the stitcher is the one who kind of dictates where their story goes and what they end up stitching on. And when he put this out, the theme was Harry Potter. He has since taken these patterns down because he put out a new one that started this year, and this new one is Lord of the Rings. So, if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, I would suggest that you go check out his new one. Excuse me. I'm really only ever going to be able to show you the mock-up of the frame, which is going to be the parchments and stuff, because everybody's is different, because it is literally a choose your own adventure. I am doing this 3 different times. I am doing one for myself, and then I'm doing one for each of my boys. So all 3 of ours are going to look completely different based on what we choose for our adventure. So I'm going to choose, like when we get to the point where I start stitching inside the parchments, I'm going to pick mine without them when they're at their dad's, so they don't see mine. And then I'm going to pull each of them into a separate room and have them, whatever you have to do, be it a dice roll, a quiz, or what, I don't remember, or just read the story and then pick where you want to, like what the next step will be. They're going to do it separate. They're not going to look at each other's answers, so they're not influenced. And all 3 pieces are going to be totally different, because I know how my boys are. Okay, so my Stitch Your Own Adventure, I wanted to just complete the outlines of 2 separate parchments on each of our pieces. All of them were going to have parchment 1 completed, and then each of us were going to have a different parchment completed. So for mine, I wanted parchments 1 and 2, which is this one here and this one here. I wanted to complete the outlines for 1 and 2. So I have one partially done. This is not completely done. I still have to do the inside colors, and then I still have to go back and finish the crosses on these because it's only half cross, and then I have to do part 2. So there's that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I'm going to pick 3 more and then we're going to be done. Okay. What is this one? Cupid's Cafe. I haven't pulled this one out in a while. Cupid's Cafe. This one is from Sugar Stitches Design. My goal for this piece is to finish it. I have no clue how many stitches it is going to be, but apparently when I said I wanted to finish it by the end of the year, I did not realize how many stitches there were in this. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing this on some kind of 28 count pink even weave, like baby pink even weave. It's probably going to wash out when I hold it up to the light, because it usually does, but it is a really cute shade of pink. Take my word for it. This is my starting point. I'm doing that 2/2, and it's very wrinkly, but whatever. But 2/2, this is my starting point. I still have a long ways to go on this. I've done so many stitches on it. How many stitches have I done? I've done a total of 3,000. I did 900 last year, and I've done 2,100 on it this year so far. I have a long ways to go. I don't know what the frick I was thinking when I said, I'm gonna finish it this year. Stupid. Idiot. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, let me put this away. Try to put this away in a way where I could like maybe not wrinkle it so much. Let's try that right there. All right. Magic Potion Temperature Sal. I showed you the project already. That was the one with the temperatures and the shelves and the potion bottles. Where'd it go? Here it is. So I need where'd it go? 23,000. Woo-hoo. My battery's running low. 23,386 stitches to complete this goal. Okay, we'll do one more and then we'll be done. This is either number 14 or number 15, but I'm at 10% of my battery and I wanted to talk a little bit about my plans for next year. So, Tonight Iceland. Perfect. I showed you that one already. My goal is to get that one to 12%. To get it to the 12%, that was the retired pattern from Pain Free Crafts. To get it to the 12%, I still need to get 22,360 stitches to get that to 12%. I'm at like 3.33 or something like that. So those are the whips that I'm going to work on the next 2 weeks. And then the next time, I will hopefully have a lot more progress on these whips. I may even have a few goals done because I did pick some that have smaller amounts to reach the goals. But the idea of doing it this way is that I will be able to truly focus on the pieces that I pull without having the long-term goals looming over my head. And I will be able to get some decent progress in by kind of only giving myself those projects to work on. So kind of forcing myself to only have like those projects to pick from. So I'm going to try to talk fairly quickly because my phone said 10% and I really don't want this to die in the middle of a sentence. So my plans for next year. I was talking to one of my Facebook friends about, she was kind of wanting to do something similar to what I'm doing. She also has a large amount of whips, but she didn't want to have to put projects away once her goal was reached. But she said, but if I do large goals, I'm going to end up getting stuck with them with the same projects over and over again. So then when I started messaging her back saying, hey, why don't you try this? An idea clicked in my head and I was like, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. I think I'm actually going to do it for myself next year. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to set a high goal for every single project that I have, right? And this is not really to be done by the end of the year. This is more of like, you know, this is just what I'm shooting to get to maybe by the end of the year, but no penalty if I don't. But this will be more of like 2024, hopefully, but probably in 2025 meet this high of a goal. And then I'm going within that goal, I'm going to set milestones. So like, say I set a goal of something for like 10% completed, right? When I hit 2%, 4%, 6%, 8%, right? Like set milestones, short-term milestones for a long-term goal, right? When I hit the milestone, it will get pulled out to not go in the basket to be pulled. Until, because I'm going to do categories next year, which we'll go over at a later date because I've mentioned it a few times. We'll do categories. So once I hit the goal, the milestone, when I hit the milestone for that piece, it comes out and it goes away until at least like maybe, depending on how many projects are in each category. So if I have a lot of projects in that category, at least like maybe 2/3 of them will need to meet their first milestone. If there's not really a whole lot of projects in that category, maybe like 50% or even 20% of the projects need to hit at least the first milestone and get pulled out before everything goes back in the basket to be pulled again. So like say for my full coverages, right? Say I hit the milestone of 2% on Tonight Iceland, right? I mean, I'm past it, but that's not the point. It's an example. Tonight Iceland. I want to get it to 10%. So at 2%, I hit the milestone. I pull it out and it's going to go away. And say I had 30 full coverage projects. When 15 of my full coverage projects hit their first milestone, then they will all go back into the basket for me to pick again. And I will keep picking and keep picking. And so say Tonight Iceland was the first one to hit the 2%, right? And then, but I still have other projects that have to hit the 2%. And they keep going. But then I hit 4%, which is the second milestone for this project. Then I will pull it out again and it will sit aside until at least 50%, like 15 of those projects have hit their milestone. So what I'm debating on is right now I have, so I like that idea and I think that's what I'm going to do. But right now I have my completed goals and my new starts already mixed together because I was trying to get them organized and alphabetized for next year. And then I realized, hey, I haven't done an end of the year whip parade yet. So if you're still watching at 1 hour and 41 minutes and 10 seconds, thanks. But when I do my whip parade at the end of the year, do you want me to just go through them alphabetically and no matter what, if it's a new start or if it's a whip and show it, hey, this is a whip. Hey, this is a thing I'm going to start next year. Because I kind of want to set goals for my new starts as well and get them included in the mix. Or do you want me to just show the whips, bypass the new starts, and when I pull the start out of the basket, at that point, I will say, oh, this is my new start. This is the big milestone. This is the big goal I want to hit for it, and these are the milestones we're going to work towards. Down the road. Like, I might not pull something out until August to start it. Or would you want to see that at the beginning of it, like when I do my whip parade? Let me know. Okay, I need to wrap this up super quick because I feel like my phone's about to die any second. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section down below. If you like what you had to see, you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you would like to see regarding the whip parade or goal setting or anything like that. Take care, happy stitching, get a lot of stitches in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.